So greetings from Pennsylvania once again. We're back here in York County along the Susquehanna River. Going to be hiking another section of the Mason-Dixon Trail. As you know, I'm kind of doing a series on the Susquehanna and Tidewater Canal too. They kind of go together. But this will be another video in that series. But it might be like the last one. I might have to marry a couple of different days together into one episode. But we'll see. So I'm currently parked here at Apollo County Park, one of the parking lots. And over here is behind me is Shanks Ferry Road, and down that way are two locks, locks 7 and 8. But you know, we've had trouble finding locks lately, but we are now on the other side of the Safe Harbor Dam, the side that doesn't have everything submerged. So there's a little bit of hope. Let me show you. So here we are at the parking lot. Still have the Jeep running because I'm going to take off here in a moment. But we're parked. Let me move the water bottle over. We're parked right here, and Shanks Ferry Road goes all the way down here. Of course, here's the Safe Harbor Dam. Of course, all the locks up here were submerged. Right up here, though, there's a road that they don't show in here called Patterson Road, and it leads right to Lock 8. And I can see it on the satellite images, at least what it looks like to be Lock 8. Lock 7 says we're just like a half mile up, but the research I showed just had a question mark for whether Lock 7 was still there. But Lock 8, there's definitely something visible there. It's just a question of whether we can get up there. So we're going to go ahead and drive down there, and what I don't know is I think it's called Patterson Road. I don't know if that's a public road or if it's going to be one of those private roads full of no trespassing signs. And the question too is, even if we can drive down it, can we still access Lock 8? So that would be amazing if we could, but I don't know. Fingers crossed. My hopes aren't too high for that. We'll see. We've got to try at least to get down there. So we're going to go ahead and drive down there and see what all we can see. At the very least, I can show you a satellite image of what Lock 8 looks like, kind of. But anyway, that's what it is. That's the way it's been on this series, folks. A little bit difficult at times, but let's drive down there and see what we can find. All right, so down we go, Shanks Ferry Road. I think this is a dead-end road too. Not to be confusing, but this is the York County Shanks Ferry. There's a Shanks Ferry Road on the Lancaster County side. Shanks Ferry Wildflower Preserve. We're on the York County side. And headed down towards the river. I don't think I've ever been down this road before. Oh yeah, it gets turned more into a gravel road here. Well, no, I guess it's still paved. Just lost our yellow line there for a moment. Alright, fingers crossed that Patterson Drive is open to the public. Oh, maybe this is not a dead end. It looks like a road goes off to the right there too. But we're looking for a road going off to the left. I can see the river. Oh, the moment of truth is coming. Oh, there's a road that goes off the way. This must be Patterson here. I don't see any no trespassing signs. Okay, let's go for it. Wasn't labeled. I guess we're allowed back here. I don't know. We'll find out. I feel like it says no trespassing right there on that yellow sign. I don't really think. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really think. Alright, yeah, I had to call it. There was that one posted sign, other signs showing up saying, you know, property under surveillance and all that kind of stuff. So I wasn't feeling comfortable with it. So I'm going to quick throw up a satellite image of what looks like to be Lock 8. I'll throw it up now. I'm parked right there. That Patterson Road went that way. There's no label for anything, but no trespass, no signs right at the entrance. But yeah, I might. So yeah, so the canal would have been right down here. I don't see much of like a canal shape, but I'm pretty sure that's right where it would be. Maybe we'll drive down this road just a little bit, see what we can see since it continues on here. I'm not sure how much has changed here. You know, if the building to this road damaged the canal at all. nothing down there looks really. There's a nice flat area. I mean, over time the canal will fill with. Every time the river floods, the canal will fill with, you know, debris and stuff. So I'm guessing that area down there is it. But maybe I'll just go for a little drive. I see a no parking sign up here. They don't want you parking along the road. Anyway, all right. I gotta think about it because I can do like I'm gonna be hiking their section of the Mason-Dixon Trail today, and I have somewhere to go afterwards. So I don't have a ton of time to spend on this right now today. But so maybe I'll do a little more research, look at more images, and then we'll come back to this spot, see what's gonna be on down that way. But the problem is the Holtwood Dam is down that way. So once we get past the Safe Harbor Dam, everything starts getting submerged again. I think locks. What is it? That's lock 8, so 9, 10, and 11 are all submerged too. But like I said, when we get past the Holtwood Dam, there's some cool history to see of the Susquehanna Tidewater. We just have to get down there. Anyway, that's the way it is, folks. All right, so I think that'll be it for this segment of the video. Well, so I'll marry this to another day when I'm back down in the area and have a little bit more time. All right, so slight change of plans. I just got done with. It's the same day of filming. I just got done with my section hike for the Mason-Dixon Trail, and it's not even 2 o'clock, so I have time yet. So I think we're going to go drive back down there again along that one road just to see what we can see since we're here and I have some time. So let's do that. All right, so we're back along the river here. There's that Patterson road over there, which, like I said, was posted and all these unwelcoming signs. Yeah, down there's the river. So yeah, let's go on. Right here's where I turn around. They have no parking signs everywhere. We can look down. Yeah, private property posted, all kinds of stuff. All right. Wow. It's kind of a bummer. Oh, there's someone up there. Yeah, not really any signs of a canal down here. And now it turns to dirt up here. Which is all private property. Yeah, not even down there. Alright, looks like our road turns up away from the river here, so. Alright, but I think that'll be it then for this video this time. I'll see you in the next one. I mean, well, you know, like I said, I'm going to marry this video with another one when we get back down here, so I'll catch up with you later. Okay, so it's been some time, but I'm back. It's actually been a couple of weeks since I last talked with you in this video. Way up further on the Susquehanna River, but I'm out here filming another section of the Mason-Dixon Trail as usual, right down here near York Furnace. I was planning on doing just a little bit of filming in this video because I see some historical signs up there for the canal, but as I was walking past this creek here, I saw some stonework down there that looks very, very canalish. Let me turn around and show you. Wasn't expecting this. Yes, this is Furnace Road. Right up there are some historical signs. And right out there I see some stonework. I'll zoom in on a moment, but just up that way this is Route 425, and just over that way is the York Furnace boat ramp, if you're familiar with the area. But let me zoom in. I see some, initially these right there caught my eye, but I was looking up further and there's some stones way out there too that look very canalish, we'll say. But I'm not sure if we can go up there. Now I'm not sure what this building is right here, if this is someone's residence. But I feel like at least try to make our way down there. We'll see. Now this building is called the Tuquan Club. There's a sign up here for the York Furnace Bridge. Yeah, up there's signs for the canal. Does this say anything about the canal here though? I mean, those signs do, but the York Furnace Bridge, site of York Furnace Bridge, last of the wooden bridges to be erected across the Susquehanna River. Cool. Built in 1856. You can read the rest of that. It talks about the Bear Island and Lancaster County shore blew down or promptly replaced. An ice jam destroyed this bridge in 1857. So it was built in 1856 and destroyed in 1857. There you go. All right, so across here somewhere. All right, but I think I'm gonna head back this way. Trying to go down there, I think. All right, let's make our way down here. Yeah, there would have been, the canal would have run right along through here. Those stones right there, look. Like canal stones. Which makes sense, there's a stream coming here, so there's a crane, or a heron. There would have been some kind of an aqueduct across here. So, that might be what these are for, I'm guessing. See these? Yeah, there's definitely, that's what definitely what those are. Whether they're, I mean, I would assume they're original to the site here. That's definitely what those look like. Yeah, because there's some over there too, so. So I'm going to assume that those have something to do with the canal. They look like canal blocks that you also see in a lock or other structures like an aqueduct. Let's head back up the road, check out those signs. Yes, we got some information here. Now housing the Tuckwan Club, which that house we just saw back there. The nearby stone building was originally a warehouse for deposit and shipping on the canal. Masonry fragments and a portion of the canal bed may be seen nearby. I think that's what we just looked at. So there's that rock work. Cool, so that's what that building right there was. And the canal will be just right below it. And then here's just some more basic information that we've seen in other places about our canal here. But at this point, our canal is still mostly underwater, flooded out, because just down below us is the Holtwood Dam. Although I guess you could see fragments of it along at certain places. We saw some stonework there, but when I see you next, well, we'll see what happens. I might film, like I said, I'm hiking the Mason-Dixon Trail. It depends on which way I come back. We might see some stuff. We'll see, but I think. Anyway, we're getting close to where we will be past the Holtwood Dam, and we'll start seeing some real history to the canal, where the locks will be exposed. I think lock 12, 13, 14, and 15 we might all be able to see. So anyway, but I gotta get hiking, folks, for my other video, so I'll see you around. All right, so it's been a while, but we are back. I think last time I filmed with you was back in February, early February, maybe late January. We were up near Otter Creek Campground filming what looked to be some ruins in the canal. There was that lodge, some historical signs. We're back. I'm here on another section of the Mason-Dixon Trail that's back along the river. Just down the way is the Holtwood Dam. I passed it earlier today. I just got done filming another section of the trail. So there are some ruins back there of the canal. I already passed them. I think I hinted that in some other previous things I filmed. Oh, there's a little bee flying around me. But yeah, not gonna say a whole lot here. In a little bit we're gonna get going. I'm just taking a break from my hike that I was doing, and we'll head back there. We'll see the Holtwood Dam, and we'll see some really definite ruins of the canal and their beautifully preserved Lock 12. So that's all coming up. But here's a view of where we're starting the video today. Right there's my break rock. Yeah, no view of no sign of the canal down here. There's like a lake right here, just up there. Well, it's the Susquehanna River, but it's dammed up. Right down that way is the Holtwood Dam. We'll be down there in just a bit. All right, but let's get going. I got a lot to show you once we get to some of the interesting stuff, you know, canal-wise. This was a beautiful hike to get here on the Mason-Dixon Trail. So much, yeah, wildflowers and history along the way. But anyway, let's get to the Holtwood Dam. All right, up here's the road. So goodbye trail. We'll be on this road for quite a while. The dam is just ahead. Danger! Water levels rise suddenly with extreme turbulence. When sirens sound, exit the river immediately. Yeah, I think we can get a a view of the dam from here. Looking over. Can't go too far though. It's blocked, but right there's the edge of it. All right, another warning sign, and now you can kind of see the edge of it there a little bit. But when I was up on the Mason-Dixon Trail, way above us, I did film a clip for this video, looking down on the dam. I'll show that now. That was filmed like 2 hours ago. All right, so just a quick look at the dam from up here. I was filming my Mason-Dixon Trail section, but you can see the road way down there. We're way up here, but here's a view of the dam. This is what, for the last, number of times, has been not allowing us to see much of the canal because the water's backed up behind there. But like I said, once we get past here, the canal becomes very obvious down this way. There you go, the Holtwood Dam. All right, well, we are well past the dam now, but down, look, there's some water down there. That is our canal. So on this side of the dam, the water levels are much lower, and you can see remnants of the canal down there. So, in a little bit, we will be down along the canal, actually walking on the towpath trail. But you can see it from up here. It's all filled. That's cool. You can see how it's filled with water down there, even. Cool. I think just up here, where Mill Creek comes out. Yeah, I think just up here we're going to go down, walk along the canal. That's cool to see a section that has water in it though. Alright, so the road keeps going that way, but we're going to get on the Mason-Dixon Trail here again. You might remember me filming these ruins in that video. This is not a canal lock, this is ruins of a building. Which, if I remember reading, it was like some kind of an old cannery or something. Our canal is actually right on the other side, so this might have been built here because of the canal. Used it to transport things, goods. What kind of cannery? I'm assuming fish, because right out there is the river. Maybe shad. There used to be a ton of shad in the Susquehanna back in the day. Of course, they overfished those and then dammed the river and all kinds of stuff. Now it's kind of rare to find shad. Yeah, so right over here is Mill Creek. So there would have been some kind of a, because if we look over there, you can see the canal. You can see the water. That's the canal right there. It would have come across right here. There would have been some kind of an aqueduct across here. Oh yeah, that's a beauty. Now you can see the canal right through there. It's beautiful. Look up through there, the water in it. So I'm not sure. Yeah, like I said, it would have been some kind of aqueduct, but it doesn't look like there's anything left of it at all. I don't see any stonework or anything. It might have been a wood. It could have been a wooden aqueduct too, but whatever it was here is gone. Even the canal on this side is pretty much like filled in. Just walk over, or maybe it would be actually on the other side. No, because right there it is. So it would have been right here, but it got kind of obliterated. Well, maybe there's kind of a prism for it right here. I guess it would go right through here. But I guess it looks like it did get filled in a little bit. And right up there, there's ruins. In short order, we will be up on the towpath trail. And on our way to Lock 12. Yeah, so right now we are walking in the old canal. Here the trail goes off. And now we're up on the towpath. Cool. Yeah, you can see the canal. It's not, this part doesn't have water in it. This is a beautiful section. I hiked this earlier this morning already. It's just so full of wildflowers along here. It's a beautiful hike. Now the canal is becoming a lot clearer over there. You can see the outline of it. So it's been a while since we've seen anything of the canal. But there's our friend again. And then in the next episode, like in this episode, we're going to do Lock 12, but after that, there is, just down from the dam yet here, there's Lock 13, which years ago I saw. It had a lot of spray paint graffiti on it, and I know Lock 15, I have never seen Lock 15, but I know it's down there. Lock 14, I'm not sure. Sources I've looked up just have a question mark there, but perhaps, 13 and 15 are there. 14 should be there, but we'll see. As we hike that section of the Mason-Dixon Trail, we'll look for it. But after that, it's going to get kind of difficult again because, like here we have the Holtwood Dam, but after this, after Lock 15, you have the Canal Dam, which is a big one. And yeah, once again, our canal is going to be flooded all the way down to into Maryland there. But we'll keep filming. But just a very clearly defined, well, through the brush it is kind of there a little bit. The canal going through here. You can see they had to cut through that rock and everything. Out there's the Norman Wood Bridge. We parked right next to that, so we're getting there. And here too, you can see, like we're still on the towpath. We are quite a ways up from the bottom here. That's not the canal down there. The canal is right in here. But we're up quite a ways. So I think we just hit a section like that when we were doing the Delaware Canal. How it was just raised up quite a bit from the river level like this. Yeah, but it's still a very clearly defined canal. You could almost walk through there, but we'll stay around the towpath. All right, and then here we go, finally. Here is Lock 12. Probably the best preserved lock on this canal in Pennsylvania. Not sure about Maryland, but yeah. Lock 12. Look at that. Beautiful. All that beautiful old stonework. Right there's the indentations where the doors would, as they open, would go in. You can still see some of the metal work in there. Let me zoom in on that. Yeah, right there's some bolts sticking out. You can see that. So yeah. Beautiful Lock 12. You can walk right above it here. They got some information signs up there. I walked past here in my Mason-Dixon Trail video, but I didn't really film a whole lot of it because I want to save it for this video. Yeah, you can even see indentations where there was, let me just zoom in again, where there was, where's my finger? There's like wooden beams would have gone up. I don't know if you can see all those. There's one there, one there, one there. So this might have had like a wooden wall as well, I'm thinking. Because I'm seeing there's indentations for the wooden uprights all the way down through. Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, it shows you how the canal locks things would work. The gate opens, the boat goes in. And the gate closes, the water levels rise. And then the other gate's open, letting the boat out again. If you want to look at that more, you can pause the video. Same with this information over here. Yeah, map drawn from an old print shows layout of land at Lock 12 during the heyday of the Susquehanna. Yeah, so here's the lock. Years ago I went looking for the lock house. I didn't see anything left of it, but yeah. Just north of this part of the walls of what was lock number 12 of the old Susquehanna Tidewater Canal, which is right behind us actually. Just to get some information, we already talked about in previous videos when it was built. Opened in 1840. Carried lumber and coal and iron grain bound for Baltimore, Philadelphia, and New York. It was abandoned in 1895. Yeah, you can see there was another little waterway on the side here. Cool. Well, get down to the bottom here and then maybe walk in the lock a little bit. And here we go. Wow. Well, you know I'm going to set you down as I walk up through there. Yeah, this thing is massive. Let's take you guys in. Yeah, this is really neat. Every now and then there's a different type of rock, like look at that one. Any of that guy. Whatever works, I guess. Yeah, here's where the two doors would have opened and set flat flush with the walls to let the boats in. Yeah, wow. Yeah, here's all these other indentations I'm talking about. Like these were carved out. There's a piece of metal work right there and one above it. So they were like vertical uprights. See, even here, there's one there, one there, one there. All along here. Yeah, this is really neat just to be able to see a beautiful canal. Oh, yeah, a beautiful canal, a beautiful lock like this from above, and then be able to walk through it too. But this wasn't filled with water back in the heyday. I wonder what this is. Like a right in the middle here. There's another big indentation. I'm not sure. Up there's where we were earlier. And just all along here there's different, once again, different pieces of metal. I guess things that helped. If there was like a wooden vertical here, that bolt or that pin would hold it in place. They're all along here. Yes, like I said, this is really cool. I'm not sure how well preserved some of the others were. Like I said, I've seen Lock 13. I think it's kind of in rough shape. I'm not sure what Lock 15 looks like. I know there's several down in Maryland, at least one near the end. I think it's been fully restored. Like this one hasn't been, sort of restored. It's still in kind of its rough shape, but yeah, it's beautiful. And then the canal would continue on that way. There's looking back. But that'll be it for this video then, folks. Finally got to see some real, intact ruins of this canal. We've seen a few things, but nothing like as complete as this lock, so that's nice. Like I say, we will see 13 and 15, maybe 14, but after that it gets a little rough until we get down further into Maryland. Alright, as always, thanks for coming along, folks. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one.